everybody. I'm here to tell you about English 1C, Literature and Composition, and how I made it through the class. My name is Melissa. I'm 30 years old, and this is my second time coming to Chaffey. I graduated back in 2013 with a certificate in paralegal studies. Now I'm doing another career. I'm getting into teaching, which is what I really want to do, hopefully it sticks this time. So let me go ahead and start. My first word of advice would be to get your book as early as possible. Literature to go. I got it a few weeks before the class started and I read through it, and I know there's a lot of little notes in here. I'll go over those in a little bit. So get your book early. The second advice is, once the class starts, print out the syllabus. It's going to be super helpful. There's lots of good tips in there. The course description and, what to expect from the class. Go through it, familiarize yourself with it, print it out as a reference. Okay, so the second tip is to, when you start your reading assignments, to annotate everything. Now, since most of you are probably planning on returning this book because they are, books are expensive and we really want our money back. I didn't do very much highlighting in here, but I did use a lot of these little sticky notes. Another thing is some of the assignments you can print out. See how I put all my little notes on the side there? So yes, also highlighters, and I printed out a whole bunch of stuff. I was able to take it with me wherever I went to work on my assignments. Print everything out. Print as much as you can. Make copies if you don't want to write in your nice book. Another thing is, I drafted every assignment I turned in on paper. I'm not going to go through all of them, but every single paper I wrote, or every assignment that I did, I drafted it first on paper, and then when I went and typed it out, I got all the kinks out, and I think for the most part that worked well for me. Especially like if you're on the go like me. I have a son, I work full-time. I just took a notepad with me wherever you want. You can get a binder. Just keep all your notes together. Make sure you stay as organized as possible. Right now I have just everything kind of thrown to the side, but just to show you guys. So that brings us to our next thing, is the sticky tabs. So I use these a lot for just telling me where certain notes are in the book. You can use the little paper ones. There's also these little guys available. They're really helpful. I use these a lot in my other classes too, and maybe this video will help you out in some of your other classes. This got me through this class, so hopefully this will help you. So I use a lot of color coordination. So got my colored pens, got every color highlighter in the rainbow, and I'm a very visual person, so that really helped me out a lot too. If you're a visual learner, this will be great for you. Another awesome thing about, if this applies to this class, it's on Canvas. It's just kind of like Moodle, but I thought it was a little bit easier to use. I've never used Canvas before. This is the first class that I've ever used Canvas. And the cool thing about Canvas is it has an app. Download the app. It'll just, you can go check it, check your assignments, check your grade. I actually just got my grade back for my second essay. I was able to check it right now. And yeah, that's really super helpful thing. This is the biggest one for me. If you are a procrastinator like I am, sometimes you do things at the last minute. You do start things a day or the day of an assignment. I hate to admit that, but yeah, sometimes I do that. So, maybe it would be a really good idea for you to take a break. If you're stuck, just go outside, get some fresh air, take a walk, let everything digest, and take a break. Sometimes that's what your brain needs to get back in the game and start doing what you have to do. Even if you turn in your assignment the minute that it's due, like the very, very, very last minute, you're still gonna get it done. Just take a break, take a breather. This class, especially if you're taking it in the summer, if it's an 8-week course, is very, very fast. You are going to get a lot of assignments. So just take a breath. You're gonna get through it, I promise. It's not that bad. Just stick with it, stay organized. Another big thing is to ask for help. For my first essay, I was getting stuck and I didn't know where to start. I reached out to a friend. She is really big into literature, and I was just taking things really literally with the metaphors, and she was able to help me. She was able to point things out that I haven't seen before, and that's something that really, really got me through that first essay, because writing isn't really my strong point. So I called her, I asked her if I can email my draft to her, and she said yeah. She looked over it. She also looked over the assignment that I was doing, and we compared notes. You can do this with another classmate, find a friend, or parents, whatever. Sometimes 2 sets of eyes better than 1. This is a big one. I know you don't know your teacher very well, but if you need help, know that they are there for you. They want you to succeed. They don't want you to fail the class. They want you to learn. This is something that they're passionate about. They're not trying to trick you. They're not trying to make it more difficult than it is. They want to help you. Ask for help. I think one thing I would do within these last 7 weeks, I would probably just pace myself a little bit more. I'm taking 3 classes in the summer, which it's a lot. If you've ever taken a summer course, I mean, they go fast. There's a lot of assignments. You're probably going to be working on something every single day. Just pace yourself, know your limits. Try not to cram everything in the last minute. I know I'm kind of guilty of that sometimes, but you know, do what you have to do, know your limits. That's pretty much all the advice that I have. I hope this video helps you, and I got through this class. It's actually the last week of the class. I still have an A. Let's hope it stays that way after the final. I'm sure it will. I really, really, really enjoyed this class. I do like reading a lot. I mean, if you enjoy reading, I think you're really gonna like this class. It'll give you a different perspective on, you know, different works, and just how to form new opinions about stuff that you've probably never thought of before. You know, we went over short fiction stories, poetry, and plays. I was a theater major. I'm probably going to end up finishing my theater degree since I only have 1 class left, so I might as well finish it. It's kind of refreshing to get a different perspective on some of these works, and if you like reading, I think you're really going to like this class. So hopefully they'll help you. Good luck with English 1C. I know you'll do great.